What is going on, y'all? Cyperspective giofvcks, and I'm about to go in on this one. What gets me about white progressive liberals, they claim to be so progressive, progressive forward and left-leaning, and they're just as racist as their conservative counterparts, as their, right-leaning Republican, capitalist counterparts. They're literally tit for tat. The only difference is one is able to understand that financially, we need a better system outside of capitalism, and we need a better way of distributing resources and services, but they still spew the same racist, white supremacist bullshit. They'll come and you can give them, and this is another thing that I want to put out there, because I do this now for myself. I no longer go back and forth with people who choose to ignore my own lived experiences. And then, mind you, I'm always leaving facts, right? I'm always leaving resources, citations, articles, journals, documentation, evidence, data, however you pronounce it. I'm always leaving that information in the description box. And you can literally tell a white person, hey, here's some racism taking place, and they will look at it with you, be there, see it, and still sit up and say that that's not racism, that's this. So a lot of times when I'm having these conversations with these so-called white progressive liberals and these white Democrats and these white socialists, they're so quick to say, well, actually it's meritocracy. It's capitalism. There's no racism, there's no white supremacy. I don't see race, I'm colorblind, and all this other shit, even though we have documented evidence over years, centuries, decades of evidence of white supremacy, racism, police brutality, racial profiling. And then we can show it through the housing, through the education system, through the prison system, through the healthcare. We can give all this information, all this knowledge, and they will still deny. So I don't argue with them. I'm not going back and forth with you. And again, I'm pointing this out to say a lot of these liberals and a lot of these socialists and a lot of these, performative allies and so-called Democrats are just as racist as their conservative, Republican, alt-right, right-leaning, Christian evangelistical, capitalist counterparts. Okay? They're all racist and white supremacists. They're full of shit. And it's just like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist for a lot of us to see that, because a lot of us that are black, brown, people of color, we've witnessed it. We've seen the racism in the Democratic Party. We've seen the racism with the so-called white progressive liberal socialists. We see it all the time. Just like there are Democrats, there are liberals who are still homophobic and transphobic, but yet they want to point the finger at the Republican and the conservative. I mean, me, on Site Perspectives, I call out the bullshit regardless. I'm going to call it out. And like I said before, when it comes to the internet and people and human beings, you really have to learn how to stop allowing other people to bait you into useless, pointless arguments. I'm not arguing facts anymore. I'm not arguing what I've lived and seen and witnessed and endured. I'm not doing that. I'm not allowing you to waste my time and energy, and I'm not allowing you to gaslight me. I'll block your ignorant ass and keep it moving. Okay? I just wanted to make a quick video on that real quick, because it's like, I'm not finna argue with cisgendered people about transphobia. I'm not arguing with heterosexuals about homophobia and biphobia. I'm not arguing with white folks about racism and white supremacy. Okay? I'm not arguing anymore about shit. It's the end of the world. I'm providing information, facts, and that's your choice. You can waste your own time. I'm not wasting mine with you and your ignorant, pathetic, closed-minded, bigoted bitch ass. Alright? So unsubscribe, unfollow, thumbs down, do what you toxic troll, narcissistic, emotionally unavailable, misery loves company asses do. Okay? I'm out.